Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to program at Tech Today. With the rapid development of technology and its application in the field of education, number of educational institutions have grown and attract large numbers of students and teachers. The main subject of today's news is also that. Let's now explore Hocmai, one of leading online education institutions in Vietnam. First, we will give you a look at outstanding news about the current digital technology application on education.
Moving to the first point is market analysis. The economists believe that Vietnam's schools was a good. A study published in 2022 by researchers at the Center for Global Development found that in 56 of 87 developing countries, the quality of education had deteriorated since the 1960s. Vietnam is one of a small minority of countries where schools have consistently bucked this trend. And the next one is EdTech community, which is very popular in Vietnam. That is Hocmai.vn. Hocmai is considered the #1 online learning platform for Vietnam high school students with over 6 million users in Vietnam. It provides students access to a learning program that will assist them in understanding the theory according to the textbook's curriculum structure and applying it to the homework.
Coming to next part, we analyze the SWOT of Hocmai. Conduct a SWOT analysis as follows to understand more about Hocmai online learning platform. Starting with strengths, the distinctive features of Hocmai is offering a variety of courses to youngsters in grades 1 through 12, including those attending universities. In addition, it has an impressive reputation, an affordable price, and an easy-to-use web interface. Second, according to the witnesses, Hocmai simply distributes information through a series of recorded videos without direct interactions with the teachers. Learners simply need to enter the web page and choose the relevant lessons video to start learning.
And here we can see some of the credits issues that students, teachers, and this organization are encountering during its operations based on the weaknesses and threats of the organization. Class schedule is not fixed and depends significantly on the students' availability and self-consciousness. This may cause students to skip out on platform sections for extended periods of time or cause changes in the frequency of learning. This can have a significant negative impact on students' recall of material when study sections are spaced longer apart. And the majority of the communication between teachers and companies takes place online through email, phone, chat, etc. This indicates that contacting the institute in order to apply to be a teacher, including sending in a CV and showing qualification, is primarily done online. It's possible that the center wasn't given an opportunity to observe how the teacher actually instructs. On that basis, the effectiveness of educational instruction is not always guaranteed.
And now we will consider the model of the researcher's solution. Although Hocmai still has an app platform for the phone, but it mainly offers functions that are already available on the website, such as video of the class lectures and online exercises, and other resources that help to support teachings and learning as well as to address the problems in this educational system is still not available in this app. In order to make this app better for students and teachers, some researchers have suggested model for adding synchronization services between the app and web. Firstly, they consider the size of the students. They propose the functions of creating lesson plans based on the needs of the students. Students will be able to choose their free schedule during the week by ticking the days, seasons, and times of the day that they have free time and are ready to spend learning Hocmai. Hocmai app will create an automatic study schedule for students. Students are responsible for confirming whether they agree or disagree with the schedule provided by the app. If they do not agree, they can reselect the class schedule according to their own wishes. The app will remind them of their schedules when they have to start the video to study based on the session plans by sending notifications to their phone. Moreover, Hocmai apps also checks the attendance at the start and ends of the class by recognizing whether the student opened the video and watched it until the end. Secondly, remind them to complete the homework, keep track of how often they do so, and grade it. It can also rank learning outcomes at the end of the month. The student will not be able to pass the course if their participation in class and performance in the assignment homework is less than 60%. In this way, students will be able to remind it more often and quickly about the assignment, and they will know what assignment they have missed and what deadlines they need to complete them by. Thirdly, given course teachers feedback anonymously or publicly through a form on the app. Instead of using the web comment section, this will make it easier for students to express feedback and ask questions using an available form. Additionally, students can submit comments or questions anonymously if they are uncomfortable doing so. Furthermore, this also helps the teachers receive the most updated comments that the students give on the lecture videos and answer questions from students through the apps as soon as possible. Whereas before, they needed to go to the comment sections of each lecture to read the student comments and questions, and this leads to the problem that they would sometimes miss the uploaded information. Now, they can directly answer the questions on their phone. Lastly, on the side of teachers, they can receive company's update notifications, including meeting and training schedule between the company and teachers as soon as they can.
And next one is about our USB unique selling point. Our application is for online learning, but it's still strictly controlled and observed, just like offline learning. When deciding to buy a course at Hocmai, you or your parents are not going to worry about who will monitor my or my child's learning progress, or who will remind me or my child to study every day, or where will my or my child's academic results be shown. On the other hand, this application will also give you great motivation to study, as it reminds you of your daily study schedule, gives your private space to ask questions to the teacher, and ranks your order based on your learning result. Last but not least, teachers will be able to read students' comments so they can fine-tune future teaching content with the company, at the same time not missing any questions from students. And the first value proposition users can get from this application is guaranteeing the frequency of joining the class and the study effectiveness of students by creating lesson plans, reminders, and checking attendance. The second one is ensure the quality of teachers and make sure that teachers can receive questions and answer them as soon as possible through the notification by giving feedback and questions through this application.
And tech is now increasing significantly all around the world. In Vietnam, educational institutions have continually enhanced and updated the application of technology in their education activities. Hocmai is one of them, and we hope that Hocmai can promote strengths and overcome weaknesses, especially in the field of technology. And that's also the end of today's news. Thank you for listening. Goodbye and see you next time.